Tell me a little bit then about how the English translation of the title, how does it inform and shape the album?
Yeah, well, the English translation for the title is The Scent of Home. And I think that what's going on, this group, Hand to Earth, between these five people, is that we're all trying to find a space together where we can share and learn from one another. That's not exactly the same as home. The sense that we're moving towards something is like a homecoming. I think that when it works, what we find is that between us, we approaching something that is related to our essences as human beings. I know that sounds a little bit lofty and hopefully not too grandiose, but in Australia and in many parts of the world, we are dealing with the issues that have visited us as a result of colonialism. And in Australia, we have practiced forgetting and sweeping things under the rug for the entire post-European history of this country. And I think really we are all carrying that legacy and that burden in a sense. And I think in Hand to Earth, we aim to find a space where we can be together and express something positive about how we might live together and create a more optimistic future. And I think that's the power of music, that's the power of art. So, in a sense, that would represent a kind of homecoming, if it were possible, if it happens one day in the future. I think it's what we all kind of yearn for, in a sense. And even though mostly our group, that's unspoken. And I think that the yearning that is expressed in these songs is something that we all share, even though songs sung in the Wagalak language and they're songs that come from Daniel's song cycles, ancient song cycles, they resonate with all of us. And that's a really fascinating thing about being in this band, actually, and playing with David and Daniel. And one of the things that's moved me is generosity of this culture, the deeply embedded practice of generosity that I've experienced is something that, I feel like settler Australians can really learn from. There's a concept in Wagalak culture called raki, and raki is a word that describes or that refers to the string that is made with grass that is woven together to make the dilly bags, to hold tools, traditional bags, but it's also a word that refers to a metaphorical string, which draws us all together to dance and to sing and to celebrate.